Hello? Is this thing on, or is this another episode of Dungeons and Haunt? Umbral Syndicate, that's what we're called.
Do we want to restart this? I can restart this.
Wrap it up, let's go.
It's fine, it's fine.
This is the cold opening.
Hello, hello everyone,
God.
welcome back. Who wants to go over what happened last session?
Nose goes.
I can.
All right, go for it.
So, we were all sleeping in our nice little inn rooms, and then someone had to go and wake us up at 4 o'clock in the morning to go to the train. Gosh. So we all got up, and we all went to the train at stupid o'clock in the morning, and everyone's tired. We haven't even had breakfast. And we all have a very awkward train ride with people that you kind of know, but also you don't really know. So you kind of try to make awkward small talk. That was the majority of the trip. While also Mr. Man, who is many people at once, and I forget his name, I am sorry, had to pee a lot. Like a lot. Gus, yes, thank you.
I honestly didn't know who you were referring to until you said had to pee, and I was like, oh, that's Gus.
You say, yeah, good. Yeah.
Good.
He had to pee a lot, getting up to pee constantly. This upset a Mr. Man who was also using the bathroom, and Gus apparently peed on him. We don't know if this was intentional or not. No clue. But they got very upset, especially when they realized that there were vampires on the train, and they were like, wow, get off. We hate you. So they tried to fight us. Unfortunately for them, even though they apparently hate vampires, they know next to nothing about vampires because they were very ineffective at it. We basically shushed them and told them to go back to their seats, and then we froze the door. During all of this, our good buddy Kadia, everyone give it up for Kadia, was also on the train with Kadia's character, Canary, who was very lost and confused the entire time. This did not ever stop.
Some say she's still lost and confused.
Some say Canary is still lost and still confused, but maybe found what she was looking for? ? She decided to follow us because she was invited to. But we get to our good capital city over here, and things get set up. Some people go to the guild house to get their registrations and such. Speaking of registrations, Elora, playing Agnes, basically has to switch schools to continue her studies. So she went to the good old academy to switch, which turned out to be run by our new character, because we don't actually know what happened to Slime. Slime got off of the train in this city and hasn't been seen since. Honestly, we don't know where Slime is. Hopefully Slime is okay. But we got our new character played by Piph, who is Barian, who is an 80-year-old elf who looks like an old man. And probably smells like an old man. And acts like an old man. And, but is apparently the headmaster of this school, and he has decided to personally tag along with Agnes to be her personal magic teacher. So now we have another new party member. This one is also lost and confused, but in a very different way. And then we all went back to the guild house. We all claimed our rooms. John, looked at his nice book that he had gotten. Had a weird picture in it, made him feel weird things. He ignored it. But then he decided to ask around if it was a cursed book because he didn't want to give it to Agnes immediately. But eventually he did, and Agnes pored over all of it, and it was an ancient book written in Elvish about a mysterious cult, question mark, people up in the mountains who revered an object that was said to have mystical powers. And this person really, really, really wanted to see it, and they said no, and then got kicked out eventually. Probably because they were being a butt about it. You know, classic.
Yeah.
Colonizers. Anyway, we basically left off on that pretty much.
Yep.
Due to the confused one. Man, which one?
Yeah, no, take a point of inspiration. That was perfect. The only thing else was that Agnes did contact her granny, who said
Right.
she'd be on the way shortly to the city to follow up on some of the Hague nonsense.
Yeah, contacted Granny, and Agnes said, so I got a new job, and Granny's like, oh, in a way that's like, oh, I don't know if I like that, but I'm trying to be nice.
Trying to be supportive, yeah. All right. Awesome.
Listen, there was a reason why she was like, hey, I need to get signed up for college immediately before she called her grandma. Just like, hi, I've already done all of the hard work and I've already been accepted into the thing, so there's no reason for you to be upset about this because I did all of it already. Okay, I love you, bye.
Man.
All right, perfect. So yeah, we last left off in Agnes's room. And who was it? Barian and John and Agnes were investigating the book, the journal that they found. I know Canary and it looks like Sam went downstairs. Were you guys doing anything in particular, or were your characters gonna investigate anything? Because we could start there if you want.
For Sam, he woke up and no one got any breakfast whatsoever. No one has eaten anything. So he is making bare bones basic breakfast
Okay.
for
Gotcha.
probably like a good portion size in case people want it. Like basic scrambled eggs and toast, basically.
Yeah, okay, perfect. So yeah, you Sam would have gone into the kitchen and yeah, it would be completely stocked, full of supplies for you to cook up a delicious breakfast. I don't know how long you would have napped. It would have been like a very quick nap considering well, it's probably like close to 8 a.m. by now, maybe. Yeah, I'll say 8. Sure. 8 a.m. it is. What about you, Canary? Were you heading downstairs for any particular reason?
I think for the most part right now, she's just sort of absorbing everything that's finally just happened to her, being swept away into whatever all of this is. So she's probably just for the most part gonna go down and peek around, see what else is in this what is it, like a guild hall or whatever.
Mhm.
And try to just process the fact that she's possibly just been adopted by this group of strangers.
Ours now.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, perfect. So, sure, we can then pick up where we left off. I'm not sure if there's any lingering business in said Agnes's bedroom, but we'll start there. Whoop. As you're reading through the book, once again, this guy looks kind of, in the way he's writing is almost frantic, like either he's being secretive about taking notes, or maybe he just has really bad penmanship, but it's kind of hard to read overall. You see a lot of scribbles, a lot of drawings, like the one that John initially saw. You do find out that the society is the town that they're from is called Icathan, and they are worshippers of Daiula there, who is the goddess of the moon and the night, which is a pretty common worshipping here in the Shattered Vales. They do talk. He talks about that idol. Once again, he doesn't give any specifics on what it is, just that it's revered. You get the sense that he doesn't seem convinced that it holds any magical properties, but that the town itself worships it. He does talk about how this idol had been moved into an old tomb, where there's said to be a lot of like ancient treasure kind of stored away in that tomb, and it's stored there as like a holy relic for Daiula.
Okay, interesting. So as she's gathering bits of information, she'll probably make little comments out loud. Whether she's actually talking to you guys or just like ruminating on thoughts, just like, oh, he has terrible penmanship. Just like random comments, and like you'll essentially get the gist from her going over the details almost to herself, but also possibly to you. It's kind of up in the air.
Let's be real, most of this is probably not making sense to John, so he's just doing the and ha-haing as it like is necessary.
Yeah,
while
making
also
the
trying...
appropriate acknowledgement sounds without absorbing any of the information.
Yep, and trying to keep a pillow between him and Barian.
You can build up a dam, but it can only hold so much water.
Goddamn, can I try though?
Yeah, no, once she was finished with it, she will, the whole time she's kind of just been, like, holding it, with her mage hand, almost like a music stand, in front of her, and just kind of, like, breezing through it rather quickly, and then eventually she'll just scoop the book up with her actual hand, close it quietly, and lay it on her lap and go, "That was a very interesting read, thank you."
I'm glad you got some use out of it. That was going to be the only thing in the bag.
Did you turn it inside out?
I don't really want to pour a dimension out, and I don't know if that's possible.
It is. You just want to put up pillows first.
What would the pillows do?
Probably soften whatever comes out of it.
Nods.
But I don't want the dimension coming out.
Oh, no, not the dimension. She pauses and thinks, I don't think it's possible to remove. And then she gets, like, real deep into it, just like, wait a second.
I mean, I could try shaking it if you want, and he just, like, pulls the bag out.
Oh. She immediately stands up from her chair, pulls the cushion from off the chair, and places it in front of you.
Okay, I guess I'm gonna try shaking out the bag of holding.
Okay.
You were
wanna
not
roll
prepared for
anything?
this.
Give me 1 second.
As we go to break.
I just have to
Only
look something
glitter
up real quick.
falls out. Oh no.
Oh god, can you imagine a fucking Tiamat Dragonade? How
I could
horrifying.
befriend her.
You like to think that. Yeah, you're about 10 short. Sorry.
Oops. It's
well
Tiamat
done.
the drag queen. I didn't even
Yes.
intend to make a pun there, and it worked.
Okay,
done.
so can you just like roll me like a strength check or something? Actually, no. Actually, no. Seriously, that animal handling check is what? That's pretty good. Okay.
Oh no!
Sorry, what?
As you
Excuse me?
you shake it, the bag of holding seems to feel like warm in your hand. But as you shake it, all of a sudden you see a raccoon fly out. And it looks at you, and its hair is standing on end, and it's hissing at you.
I grab it by
Thank-
the scuff of its neck.
It's like clawing. It's like it after a moment of you holding it, it just kind of goes limp in your hands, and it's just staring at you.
I hold it out like at arm's distance and go
Wait,
over to the
wait.
window.
Wait, no, wait.
What? I'm
Because
putting it
there's-
outside.
No, but bags of holding only have 10 minutes worth of air in them. If it's been in there since we had it last night, then it's very clearly something very unusual. Are you familiar?
It's like just hissing and like clawing in the air.
She's going to reach into her pocket, pull out a ration, and offer it to the raccoon.
Roll me an animal handling.
Oh boy.
You ruined that.
Nope.
It like stares
Disney
at
princess, she is not.
you. It
John
stares-
is.
It stares at you for a moment, and in like a blink of an eye, you see it just grab the ration and like start devouring it. But then it starts like maybe it got like energy from that ration, but it starts thrashing around in John's hand.
Open the window, open the window, open the window.
Yanks open the second-story window.
Is there a tree outside?
No, but go for it. I mean, it's a raccoon. I'm sure it'll be fine if you just toss it.
I'm not. Is there a ledge or anything?
Yeah, there's a ledge. There's a
I
ledge.
put it on the
See,
ledge.
Raccoons take fall damage.
If it was a
Uh,
rat, maybe, because we've seen those fall balconies.
Yeah, you know. So okay, you put it on the ledge and it just scurries away. And you just hear as it scurries away like
Do we see it flipping us off as it scurries away?
Yes, it does. It does like the arm and fist.
Yeah.
I think
The
that was
old
an
how's your mom and
intelligent
them.
creature. Yeah. I think that may have been an intelligent creature.
Yeah, all rodents are intelligent.
Pauses and thinks for a moment. Nods to herself like, yeah, that makes sense. Closes the window.
If you've ever watched a handful of mice try to figure out how to get into a bag of grain, they're intelligent. Those are not dumb creatures. Walks away. John's alter ego. Well, I'm gonna go get food.
So did anything else? Did anything else come out of the bag or just the raccoon?
Just the raccoon.
Wow, shame.
I already got a book and a raccoon, so
Did you want
unfortunate.
this back? Okay.
What back? What?
She's holding the book out to you.
Oh no, you can keep that. I don't think I can resell that for much. All right, see ya.
All right.
Oh no.
This poor Barian is just standing there. Just- It's like, that was my pet.
Where's Barian going? Barian he jumps out the window.
Gotta get that raccoon.
That's my secret.
Did you know that raccoons are free?
Do
I'm
now.
just gonna catch it first.
All right. So you head on downstairs, and we'll switch the scene. Kind of catch up with what's going on the other side. Agnes and Barian and Rowan, are you guys coming down? Or are you staying up there?
Rowan will come down in like 5 minutes.
Okay.
He has
Marianne.
to.
No, sorry.
She has to get her clothes back on and stuff.
She's being sexy in the other room.
Mhm.
I guess.
This time, no one's there to see it.
That's when there's a bad egg.
Oh wow, is Sam cooking?
Sam's cooking.
I said he was.
Yeah.
No one has eaten breakfast at all today.
Bold of you to assume I have a demon.
Bold of you to assume you have a demon?
True.
I mean that too.
That too.
Okay. Sweet. All right, I found what I was looking for, but that still stands as canon with the
The
item.
raccoon?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's still canon. I gotta clean up my notes because it's a little messy. Okay, so you all come down and are going to have breakfast. Is there anything you guys want to do, or do you want to kind of skip ahead? How you feeling? I see John moving. He looks like he's roleplay walking.
I don't have anything in mind if you want to skip.
Okay. Awesome. So you guys will gather around. You'll have a wonderful breakfast. Sam, what did we decide, Elora, when we talked about food? Intelligence was baking, right?
Intelligence is baking, wisdom is just straight cooking.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Sam, cook for us and add your wisdom modifier. So roll a d20 plus whatever your wisdom is.
Yes.
Oh,
God
Oh,
damn!
nice.
God.
Well done!
Yeah, that is an incredible breakfast. You all feel so well refreshed. Actually, y'all get some temporary hit points. Sam, roll a d4.
The power
You
of food.
get 2 temporary hit points on top of what you have. So enjoy it. It's a really
yeah.
good meal. Yeah.
This man apparently makes a wonderful scrambled egg.
I don't know, that kind of first roll for cooking, I feel like that deserves proficiency with cooking. That feels prophetic to me.
Yeah. Okay. Great. Oh, look, Gus has a little crown. Great. It's an avocado. Okay. Perfect. So you guys are well fed, very comfortable. You guys haven't looked at the lower level of the guild house. You don't have to. Just throwing that out there. It's available for you to examine.
I want to.
Would you have walked down there during your investigation of the guild house? Gonna check any place that isn't restricted. Okay. So okay, awesome. So Kanari, you would have looked downstairs. You would have found kind of another sitting room. You would have found there's a room it's almost like a garden that's in the basement. A lot of storage rooms that look like they're not in use yet. There's also a training room, and you also would have seen a room that had a sign on it that says Danny's room, stay out, and the door would have been locked. So that would have been the only room you wouldn't be allowed in.
Sorry, to help me understand correctly, there's some kind of plants and stuff in the basement?
Yeah, so it's kind of common in the Shattered Vales, but there is this type of stone that gives off this like light. It's glowstone from Minecraft, but it gives off like basically essentially sunlight.
I see.
So a lot of people use that to make like indoor gardens. Pretty common.
What's growing?
There's a lot of herbs.
I see. Okay.
It would be more for. It's not weed. Not that you know of. But it looks mostly used for probably some kind of potion or herbalist type dealio.
Cool.
Weed carrots. Okay. So, great. So just as a reminder, there's plenty of stuff for you to look at in the town. Gus did mention that there was a woman who came in who said her child was speaking in a different language, and she was convinced he's possessed and asked the Umbral Syndicate to investigate. Gus said Nimrus recommended you guys as like a first kind of training mission. But there are plenty of stuff to do. So what do you guys want to do? What do you want to do?
Mission.
Okay.
Mission?
Okay.
Wait. Wait, is my mic good?
Yeah.
Oh, I
Yes.
hear you.
Okay.
Okay. So let's fast forward a bit, and it's probably closer to like 10. Whoop. I'm messing up my screen. Don't mind me. So after your food, eventually, good old IT man. Hope no one saw that.
I looked away.
Morris Finch comes walking in. and he goes, "Oh, hey guys. How's ooh, that smells really good. What did you make?"
Something called eggs. It's pretty good.
Oh, yeah. Any left? Out of curiosity.
I made plenty.
Sweet. Did Nimmers tell you about the lady that came in earlier today? Like literally at like 3 a.m.
I believe there was mention of it.
Okay, yeah, she came in and she made a report. Well, actually, she didn't come in. Sorry, that's a lie. The guards came in. They said that there was an incident last night. He's in like the kitchen, and you guys hear him like talking like in the room, like kind of muffled. And then you kind of hear like he has like food in his mouth. He's like, that is really good. When it comes out. So, yeah, this woman reported that her child was basically freaking out, started crawling on the ceiling, like its face twisted and looked weird. And she believed in some kind of demonic possession, whether it's demonic or not, who knows. But the guards came in and said it was something more up our territory. It might be a good test for y'all. What do you say?
I am fine with this.
Okay. So, a couple things with possessions. We kind of have a standard here. First of all, first things first. This kid's like 2 years old. It could just be a tantrum. We got to rule out, that fact. It could just be. I mean, granted, I don't know kids really well. I don't think they're climbing on the walls, but
yeah, no, crawling on the walls is not.
right.
That's not.
But I don't know, it was late, maybe she was seeing things. Listen, just playing devil's advocate, we've gotten plenty of false reports. So just make sure it's legitimate. But yeah, with the sorts of possessions, we kind of like to be a bit more careful. We usually try to either appease to the humanity of the host possessed or the humanity of the entity possessing it. That requires you to figure out who the entity is and if it is even worth trying to communicate with.
Mm-hmm.
So if it's demonic, it probably won't care. If it was once human, you probably could talk to it, but that sort of thing. Yeah, that's another thing. I'm glad you bring that up, Canary, in the text. That's another thing that makes it kind of challenging. It's kind of hard to appease to a 2-year-old. So that's why I'm thinking if you guys can, once again, if you figure out if it's some kind of entity, figure out what's in it, and try and lure the entity out, rather than we've done like exorcisms before. They don't tend to work out well, unless we do a little prep work like that. So that would be my advice. Please don't kill any children. That'd be a huge bummer, and in fact, the DM doesn't really allow that, but you never know. The DM might be really angry someday.
Mm-hmm.
So do you get the local church involved with the exorcism or no?
So we have actually, with exorcism, we usually go to Bernie. You guys haven't met her yet. She's kind of like she's like an honorary member of the Umbral Syndicate. She's an herbalist who has a clinic in the city here. She sometimes stops by. I'm going to ask her to come by to look at our friend Gus, who last I saw was drawing on the table in the front room. So we'll get him looked at. But she would be able to help out with any kind of exorcism if that was the route that needed to be gone to. Yeah, there you go. Words. These eggs are really good.
You may also need a psychiatrist.
I don't know. Bernie's kind of nice, so we could.
Trust me,
Well,
he may need a psychiatrist.
He kind of pauses and he kind of puts his now empty plate on the counter. He ate those scrambled eggs really quickly. And he nods and he goes, okay. I'm sure Bernie can recommend someone from the clinic.
Okay.
Agnes, hi, I see you. Hi. He points at you.
She lowers her hand now that she's been called on. What is the race of the child?
A human. Mother and son, human.
And what of the father?
Father is no longer in the picture. He passed away.
Was that for dramatic effect?
It was like he gasped as he realized this. Oh no! She's like, it's like, wait, could the child be possessed by dad?
Yeah,
that is
that's
the
not
only dead person we know. Our only lead.
You have to look into this. Do they have a history of sorcery in the family?
No, she is a seamstress. Kid is a child. Dad
That
was.
still doesn't.
I would hope so.
Sorry, what was that, Sam?
Still doesn't rule out that the child could still be an up-and-coming sorcerer. It can appear in young ages.
You bring up a good point. I don't know anything about the child other than it's a child.
I sure hope so.
Yeah. You know how guards take reports. It's very clinical.
Wouldn't want to pick up the child and suddenly have it bite my face off. Although it is a child, it will likely do that anyway.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Agnes, where are you off? Okay. Oh, hi.
Taking her
Okay, bye.
dishes to the to the sink.
All right. Sorry about that, Agnes. Okay. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah. Let me. Hang on. And he pulls out a paper and he unfolds it. Let me get you this lady's name here. Report of her name's Anna. Annalena. Lena's her last name. It sounds like a full name, but no, it's Anna space Lena. Son is Sebastian. Anna is a seamstress. Lives in Uptown here. It's a nice place. Actually, not too far from here. Probably a good, I don't know, 20, 30-minute walk.
Do you know if she would have any fabric she would be willing to sell?
You could ask her. I don't honestly know.
All right. Just so that I know, points to / gestures to the group. Has anyone dealt with any supernatural entities besides the house before this?
Agnes raises hand.
Probably. I just can't remember.
Rowan raises her hand.
I don't think so. Unless you want to call Charles a entity, but I don't think he would like that.
Looks at our new good friend.
Realizes that you're staring at her and just like awkwardly coughs into a fist and looks away.
I would take that as a yes.
I will not pry, but it does seem a little bit like a yes.
All right. I'm just the normal guy again.
Well, you'll
Right?
get used to it.
We normal guys, we need to stick together, am I right?
John looks miserable.
It's not
Jesus.
so bad being normal.
That's what I've been saying, right, normal guy?
All right, let's go deal with the child.
Right, normal guy? Normal guy? Right? Right, normal
You know what?
guy?
I'm glad you're making a friend, John.
Right?
Did he just hop over the bar?
Maybe.
Fenris.
While the group is clearing out, Kanari will approach Morris.
Where's my student? There you are. Hello. Oh, sorry. Hello?
Yeah, hi.
You said earlier that what I told you about the dreams or visions or whatever they were, it reminded you of someone else that was here?
Yeah, I can't remember her name. I wasn't super close with her. Danny might have more information for you, but yeah, she didn't, make it, but she kind of had that same sort of dreamy expression you do. You don't do. Sorry, I'm nervous. I don't know why.
She looks a bit crestfallen for a moment. Oh, I was hoping to ask her about it. Sure. Who exactly is Danny? Like, appearance-wise, or would she be here later on?
Yeah, she'll be here. I think she's actually at the school right now, but she's a tiefling. Very pink. She loves the color pink. You wouldn't be able to miss her. She is not the friendliest woman. But she's she's the hot lady that you saw. I think you were the only one who saw her.
And I was the only one that wasn't there.
The hot lady. Yeah, no, Danny's he wouldn't say it. I would say it. Danny's cute. Danny's my favorite looking character because she's hot.
I'm in love. Anyways.
The hot lady. Hang on, Criana's got to let out a cat.
My student and tall lady. And did I catch your name?
That guy.
Sam holds out a hand. I am Samuel.
Barian, hello.
A pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Likewise.
So, forgive me, but you mentioned something about you not always being this way?
He glances left and right. I could tell you a tale. It'll take a while. You got time?
Well, not right now, but maybe some other time.
Okay.
We do have a child to contend with, after all.
Correct. It's probably. Yes.
But I would be exceptionally curious. I have seen a few curses in my time.
You have?
I can't say I've seen a great deal. I'm not any expert or anything, but I've had to deal with a few over some time.
We can exchange notes. I have tons of them in my office.
Yeah, yeah, sure. Not entirely too sure what he has agreed to. But he is being polite trademark. He's waiting for Kinari and John not wanting to stray away from the group. Yeah, polite trademark.
Mhm.
Now that we have amped, is GM back?
Yeah, sorry. Thank you. I was literally gone for 3 seconds, so
Okay.
I was here. All right, perfect. So you all head out together as a new team. As you're leaving, Gus will kind of he'll see you all walking by, and he'll give you like the queen wave, where it's just sort of a back and forth of the hand.
Oh my god.
he's
he does
smiling.
have a crown. Oh god.
And perfect. So you all head on out.
As they're leaving the building, Agnes looks over at Barian. What is our lesson today?
Oh yeah, curriculums and whatnot. Let me take a look at this. Ah, the basics. All right, cantrips. It says here. What good you got for me?
She will start casting cantrips. Just like little dancing lights start up, little almost firefly looking lights that blink on and off. Shape water, mage hand. She starts to do one and then pauses. I don't believe that combative cantrips. You do not wish me to cast this on you, yes?
Oh yeah, correct. My goodness. I was only expecting one, but you got quite the arsenal. Let's see, you're probably more advanced in a few of these things. I'm gonna start scratching things off.
She looks very pleased with herself, which is just kind of her standing a little straighter.
He starts flipping through the papers. All right, that's gonna take off like a month. Cool. He starts tapping a bit. My goodness. Well, that was more just to test what you got. I guess tomorrow I can teach you a few things. What would you like to know anyway?
Just an immediate everything.
Oh, you want to go into you want to be a
Multi-magic
specialist.
drifting.
Multi-magic drifting, Jesus.
Oh, shit!
Oh, someday you'll be like me. Anyway. Sorry, I've seen so many classes of magic, I feel like I know a little bit of everything.
She just nods enthusiastically.
Well,
On that note.
That'll be another day.
right. Anything else while you guys are walking over to the seamstress's house, or are you all Gucci?
Sam will look over at Kanari and say, "By the way, your name, Kanari, yes?
Yes.
That was quite a bit of good fighting you did at the train. But if I may ask, what exactly do you do?"
She turns a bit red, and averts her gaze from anyone. I don't exactly know. It didn't really feel like it was me doing that. I don't know what any of that was.
I
Agnes
see.
immediately turns around and goes, "Could you be possessed?"
Just silence.
Well, I won't pry if it is not something you want to talk about, but if we're going to be a team, it is good to know our strengths and weaknesses.
Varian is pointedly not looking or engaging into this conversation at all.
So, how about this? Can I at least safely assume that you are a magic user?
Again, I have no idea. I usually just use this, and she pulls off the warhammer that's on her side.
Oh, I see. If I may ask, has this happened to you recently?
Yes.
Do you know why?
If I'm honest, I hope I don't.
Alright.
Music didn't seem fitting anymore. All right. Any more chatting you guys want to do? You're probably almost there at this point.
I've got no
Yeah.
chats, but I just want to make a note of before we left, Rowan put her mask on. That's it.
Yeah, no, Sam has asked his very general questions. It seems as though Kanari is both purposefully being vague and is just vague in every single capacity and doesn't want to talk about it, so he won't poke at it anymore.
All right. Perfect. So I've circled on the map where you're headed. So as you guys get closer to the seamstress's house, once again, it looks like you're in a very nice neighborhood. You're on the nicer end of town, so a lot of the buildings are rather new looking and well made. Okay, so perfect. You approach, and word of warning, this map, it's a 2-story building, so you're going to see both stories. Just kind of, use your imagination. If you're going upstairs, if you immediately just like bust in.
I throw myself through the second floor window.
You see the raccoon.
That raccoon is going to come back and haunt us.
Oh my god,
yeah.
It wasn't the child, it was the raccoon climbing on the walls.
How'd it get in your bag?
Look, I don't
Wolf's
know.
there.
There's just a raccoon. I let him out. He can
No,
go-
I mean, like, if it wasn't a child, if it was just a raccoon, how'd it go from this house to your bag? I don't
Who said it was the same
understand.
raccoon?
Oh,
dimensions.
jeez.
Magic.
Ha 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 ha. Ha. Get the fuck out of here.
Okay. All right.
No, no, no.
B.
Agnes gives one singular solid knock.
Roll a straight d20.
Holy shit.
You
Uh,
destroy the door.
Roddy
Wow.
chops through it.
All
Wait,
of these
hold
20s.
on. Did you roll 1d20 or d20?
Oh, I rolled
No,
a
one
d20.
D20.
Yeah, one
Yeah,
d20.
It's the same thing.
The door explodes. Now,
Okay.
you
Alright.
you roll you do one knock and you think for a second that maybe it's not loud enough for anyone to hear because it's one knock and that's kind of weird, but you hear scrambling.
Perfectly normal.
You hear scrambling on the other side, and suddenly a woman appears at the door and she opens it and she goes, "Oh, thank God. Oh," and she looks at all of you. Can I help you? And she has like bags under her eyes. She looks exhausted.
You look awful.
Okay.
Jesus.
She kind of like slowly is closing the door. She has it like open maybe a couple inches as she's looking at you, Agnes. I'm sorry. I'm not open today. If you're looking for clothing.
We're from the Emerald Syndicate.
Umbral.
Umbral Syndicate.
Oh, are you here about what happened last night?
Yeah, we heard a bit of the report. Did you still need help on that?
Oh yes, please come in. And she'll take a step back and open the door and motion for you to all enter. Please come in, make yourself at home. Yes, I don't know what to do. I've never seen that happen before. Sebastian's been kind of acting strangely lately, and
You coming?
I'm working on it.
Okay.
did I give you movement? Okay, good.
No, it's just the connection. It's fine.
Oh no! Please, if you want to go in the other room, and I have a sitting room. You don't have to gather in this tiny room.
Oh no!
Okay. All right. Please come in. Yes. Perfect.
So sorry.
Nice. I don't. I guess I'm. Oh, I'm sorry. Please, this isn't the sitting room. Come over here. She's. She's
Such a tiny sitting room.
Please come here. It's a very narrow house. I'm sorry. You know, we really wanted to go for the open concept, but they said it was a load-bearing wall. And,
Oh
it's-
yeah, that'll get you.
Mhm.
Sam says, weirdly knowing.
And she'll
Ruby.
motion for you all to have a seat either at the table over here or at the couch.
Ooh. Lumbar support.
When you say lately, how many days?
Maybe for the last 2 weeks I've noticed kind of odd behavior. You all are like moving like ants. I
You
noticed,
invited us to play a game with you.
You right?
My time.
You right? You
Uh-huh.
right? Okay, you right. Um, it's been going on for maybe the last 2 weeks. I noticed he started having an imaginary friend, and I had an imaginary friend growing up. That's normal, I think, for most children, so I didn't think much of it. But he just started, I don't know, he started behaving very aggressively towards his imaginary friend, like he was angry at it. And I don't ever remember having an imaginary friend that I was, constantly aggressive towards, and I just thought maybe it was a phase. Until last night. Yeah. She kind of stops and she puts her head down.
Agnes walks over, puts like an awkward hand on her back and gives her 2 pats and tries to lead her to sit down.
She'll kind of give you a small smile at that, and she'll come around and she'll sit down on the couch next to Rowan. And she'll scooch over so you can have a seat too.
She's not sit down.
Don't start the romantic music. Don't start the romantic.
Oh, look at this wonderful
This is a widow.
mom.
Your hands touch slightly. No.
She gazes into your eyes.
Does this imaginary friend have a name?
So he's been calling it Perry.
The platypus?
No, just Perry. I just
Very
thought
entertaining.
I'm a seamstress by trade, and I made a periwinkle dress, so I kind of assumed that that's where he got it from, the name, but maybe not.
I'm sorry if this is stressing, but it would be good to know what exactly happened last night.
She frowns at that, but she nods her head. Well, I was working late. I had a few orders I needed to get done by, today. And I went and I was finished probably around a little after 1 o'clock. And I got ready for bed, and I heard a strange sort of rhythmic knocking coming from Sebastian's room, which he has night terrors, but I also heard scratching. So I poked my head in, and I saw him just standing in the middle of the room. And when I called to him, he didn't respond. Eventually, I walked into the room, and maybe he was sleepwalking, I don't know. But then he looked up at me, and his face was entirely different. It didn't look like my son anymore. I don't know what it was. And he let out this shrill scream, and he actually started climbing on the wall. And I screamed and I ran out of the room. I didn't know what to do. So I called the city guard, and they came in, and by the time they arrived, Sebastian was in his bed, sound asleep.
I see. What did the security guard say?
They just said that they would look into it and they would get back to me by morning. They didn't tell me they were going to the Umbral Syndicate, but I suppose that makes sense. You guys are trained in this after all, correct?
Yes, we are definitely trained for this.
Can you roll me deception?
Yes, I am laying on the sexy man charm. 15.
She nods. She looks like she believes that. I know it's not much, but Sebastian's up in his room with his nanny if you wanted to go talk to him. He seems completely unaware of what happened last night.
Yes, that was another question I had. Do you often leave Sebastian alone with other people? Any other contact he may have had?
I mean, he has the children at his school, or daycare, I guess you could call it. I mean, there's Cordelia. That's his nanny. She watches him while I work.
Have you known Cordelia long?
Yes, we've been friends since childhood.
I see. Has she noticed anything herself?
She noticed. She knows of the imaginary friend. She seems more concerned about me than of Sebastian, saying I've been working too hard, but I know what I saw. I know what I saw last night.
I do not doubt you, miss. I just want to be absolutely thorough about this.
Right, of course.
By the way, we did not get to introduce ourselves before the questioning started.
Oh my gosh, yes, please, go ahead.
I am Samuel. A pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Hello, Samuel.
I am Barian, a humble teacher.
She cranes her neck and looks over her shoulder. She smiles and nods at you, Barian.
I am John.
Hi, John. She'll look to Rowan, Agnes, and Canary.
My name is Canary.
Hello. I'm Anna. Annalena. I'm one of the. I'm a seamstress. I do a lot of like party gowns, that sort of thing. Designer. Would like to be. Yeah. It's nice to meet you all. I wish it was under better circumstances.
We will try to resolve this matter as quickly as we can for you.
I appreciate it. I was already stressed from work and now I haven't slept. Haven't slept in over a day. I'm very tired, but I don't think I could sleep even if I wanted to.
Understandable. Some of the other questions I have, I asked this to the person who was given the request by the city guard, but I want to ask you this. Is there any history of sorcery in your family?
There's not. No. Nothing like that. Agnes, you look over and you find a lot of children storybooks, and you see some books kind of geared to like different like patterns for clothing. Nothing super out of the ordinary. It's kind of what you would expect from a single mother.
Among the children's books, does she see anything that has like mention of a name similar to Perry, or like even something that might have like any kind of weird imagery in it?
No, it's all very tame. There's nothing that resembles Perry. You see like a color book. Maybe it mentions Periwinkle that she mentioned before, but nothing.
Cool.
I see. Besides the occurrences with your son, have you noticed anything else strange? Like around the house?
No, it's really only. I mean, even before last night, I didn't think it was that strange, you know?
Mm-hmm.
No, I haven't noticed anything. It's been normal.
I guess retroactively, would you be able to pinpoint generally when he started having mentioned his imaginary friend?
Let me roll something on my end. Wow. Nice. I mean, I got. It was around the time when I sort of got busy. There's a lot of events coming up here in Meyerfell, so I got a lot of requests from people to create and design, you know, outfits for these events. I got a new batch of fabric, and I can't think of really anything else. That probably would have been it, just right at the start of our busy season.
Well, thank you very much. That helps our investigation so much. This chair is fantastic, by the way.
Oh, thank you. My husband used to be a carpenter, so.
How long ago did he die?
It was shortly after Sebastian was born. Just an illness. They couldn't determine what it was, but he declined very quickly.
I see. My condolences.
Rowan's gonna reach over and put a hand on her shoulder. A reassuring hand.
This party's burn, honey. Burn. Burn.
You play the sexy music.
I'm just trying.
Just a single
know.
mom.
When I think sexy, I don't think dead husband.
How long did your dead spouse, or how long did your, you know what I'm trying to say.
How long
Just
is spouse
pat-
dead?
Just pats her like, I understand. My spouse also died.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So we're both
basically.
single.
Basically. Oh God, I wasn't trying to say. I'm.
No kidding.
And it's just Sam says,
I'm gonna
"My
look at books.
condolences."
Fuck.
They aren't
She
very good.
she sort of frowns a bit and she nods at Sam. So I guess what's the procedure when handling this kind of incident? I don't even know what to call it.
Well, first off, if it is at all possible, we would like to see your son.
Oh, yes. He's upstairs with Cordelia. So if you go back the room that you just went through, there's a staircase that leads up. His room is the first one on the left.
I see. Thank you. Does Cordelia know about us?
She doesn't know about you, but she knows that there was an incident.
I see. Well, we'll probably have to explain a bit to her.
Of course. Yeah, no, that's fine. She's aware of everything I told you.
Alright. Well, if we need anything, we will come back to see you.
Great. I'm sorry, I'm just very tired, so I'm just gonna hang out down here.
That is more than fine.
Mm.
Get as much rest as you can.
Thank
We will
you.
look into this.
Thank you. Yeah, I'll just
Arian tips his
I'll throw that out
wizard
there.
hat.
Oh, look at this lovely lady.
This
Real?
pleasant woman.
John was gonna stay in the room, then realized Agnes was gone. Oh!
and was immediately like, no, let's not let Agnes go on.
Zooping up.
God, there's a fruit fly that's been buzzing around my head for like the last 2 hours.
I'm so sorry.
Fucking hell.
I wish I could take the pain away.
You could with a knife.
That would be
Yeah.
impressive.
I would like to see the baby.
Stab the fruit fly.
How late do you guys want to go? By the way, I already know it's kind of late right now, but I'm okay for a bit. But I don't want to keep you guys if you're tired.
I can go forever.
Okay.
I'm good.
Yeah, I'm good for a while more. I do have to get up tomorrow to do some more stuff with my room, but that's it.
Okay. Well,
Okay.
just ping me a time and we'll close it out. I don't think we'll go too long, but we'll see. Okay, cool.
All right, tomorrow's Sunday.
Yep.
Man, days fucking bleed together. Jesus.
Agnes, the door is open and inside you see a woman sitting on the edge of a bed, and there's a little boy who's playing with some toys on the floor.
Agnes. Oh, cutie.
Oh, look at the little
Baby.
cutie. Forgive her. Hello. Are you Miss Cordelia?
Yes. Hi. Can I help you? She like her eyes squint and she is sort of alarmed at the number of people she's seen just walking in. And she'll go over and kind of stand between Agnes and the boy.
He will say, "We are here from the Umbral Syndicate. The guard gave a report about what happened here."
Oh, right. Okay.
If we may be allowed, we'd like to see Sebastian.
If Anna said it was okay, then that's fine with me. And she kind of backs up a little bit.
She did.
Okay.
Agnes crouches down. She just kind of like hunches down with her knees folded up against her chest, and she looks down at Sebastian. Hello.
He's still playing with his toys, and he does not make eye contact with you.
She watches this for a little bit, and then after a moment, she shape waters a little frog and has it hop around in front of him.
Roll me a persuasion.
Oh no!
With advantage. You did something that a kid would like, so with advantage.
Uh-oh. Looks like somebody's trying to interact that doesn't have interact skills. Oh,
Oh,
Hey, you did it.
Hey, -2.
no. Yeah. Christ.
You see Sebastian kind of look at you out of the corner of his eye, and then as the frog sort of hops around, he smiles brightly, and he is now looking at you directly in the eyes.
She watches him for a moment, and she is going to cast just as actually no, she would have to
Your ball.
she puts away the water and will say, "I would like to take a look at you." Is that all right?
He kind of looks down at the floor. He's still kind of shy, and he looks back up at you, and you see a nod.
She nods back. And she takes out her spell book and will begin casting Detect Magic as a ritual. And say, if you have questions for him, now is a good time. And she will start going through that same off-key, sing-songy ritual.
Okay. Cordelia looks a little nervous.
Sam wants to ask Cordelia a few questions, but Sam did talk a lot. I want to give other people.
Varian's in the bedroom. Varian, what are you doing over there?
Yeah.
He's doing his. He's looking around. Is this like generally like her studio or whatever?
Yeah, you see like a setup to the right. You see like just like clothes that are in the process of being made.
All right. I'm gonna send you this.
Check. I'm just now realizing I missed a few things. Let me quick read real quick.
Yeah.
Trying
Sorry,
to
I'm
not
a
get
slow reader.
copyrighted.
It is very fine.
Morama's like, oh yeah, this is being recorded. We should probably have sound.
We have background music.
Okay.
While this is happening, I'm gonna sneak into the other room and summon my familiar.
Sweet.
Crow.
That.
Chromageddon.
Give him his little badge and his little hat. Chromageddon. I guess that could be a nickname for Rowan, I guess.
She saw the movie The Birds and took it to heart.
Oh man, you know what I found out yesterday because my mom and I were trying to figure out a movie to watch while we were eating dinner? Did you know that Birdemic has a third movie?
Did
Not a
actually,
third
I
one.
think.
Yeah, a third one. It's on Amazon Prime.
They just kind of liked for a while to just churn out that stuff.
Yeah.
There's also like a bajillion Sharknadoes.
Yeah. Ones that
My
aren't
parents-
advertised or anything like that.
Yeah, my parents love to watch disaster movies. So I am vaguely aware that Birdemic had many.
Well,
I-
I just know that the third one just came out recently.
I'm sorry.
really?
There's,
On
there's
Prime.
movies called Birdemic.
Yes.
Yeah.
You've
Yes.
never heard of Birdemic?
No.
Oh my god.
Oh god. It's an old meme. And you are baby, so it checks out.
It is
believe you would do this to me.
a ride.
I think I'm gonna be the oldest one in this call in a week.
No, boy, I'm older than you.
Are you?
Mm-hmm. I'm 32.
Oh, then we'll be even in a week.
Yeah.
Imagine, couldn't it be me?
I'm the grand. No, it's Kadia.
You're
I
the
think
grandma.
Kadia's- I'm the grandma.
I'm gonna say,
Dirty
no,
Dave.
I'm the Grinch.
I stole Christmas. Woo.
All right, we're back.
Okay.
Okay.
So, in that case, Kanari will move forward towards the child. And Agnes and Sam, you would notice she seems like she's almost like not moving of her own volition, right?
Mm-hmm.
And would kneel down in front of Sebastian and will lay a hand on one of his shoulders very gently. And DM, I'd like to attempt to do a protection from evil and good.
Okay.
It requires a willing creature, but
Are children willing creatures? Man, isn't that
Can this kid consent?
that's the age-old question, isn't it?
Mayhap ask permission? Oh. He doesn't know what you're doing.
He
It's
is
okay,
also
neither does she.
he is also 2. 2-year-olds are infamous by saying no to everything.
Yeah, you can certainly do that. I will say, you did get a warning about. Granted, they were talking about more so exorcisms, but they did mention not wanting to hurt the host, and they have seen this in the past. But you can still do it. Just wanted to remind you.
No
I mean,
ominous
this-
sign or anything.
Are you telling me that this protection is gonna hurt the host?
I might be.
Don't like that.
Yeah, I might be, because, I don't know. I might be. You can try. I don't know. I might be, though. How do you feel about kids? I might be. So, yeah, I should mention that in this campaign, and I kind of hinted at it before, there are certain things that are going to require... Because I honestly, like, roles are fun, right? But I kind of like the idea of making it more personal. And that's why... I could explain it better if I didn't have a bottle of wine, but... basically, you would be... you would either forcefully pull it out, if there is anything, right? And that'd be great. Or it stays in, and it does something. If that makes sense.
Unacceptable. How dare
So
you try to DM your own campaign?
I'm sorry. That sounds like a Crianic to me. Hey guys, we have our first Crianic. It's a Criana mechanic. Get wrecked.
Wow.
Here.
Wow.
So maybe it seems like maybe don't cast anything until we get a better picture. Also, we have an actual person who does exorcism that we can grab later if
I
we
cast
need.
Witch Bolt.
No.
Listen,
What a Crianiac.
so you can use it now, right? I just want you to know what's at stake, basically.
You might be
could
killing a
also-
kid.
You can you can also
be the first
use
time.
it. You can also use it if you appeal to either the child or the entity, if there is one. you guys don't know if there's one.
Mhm.
This kid is so far nonverbal.
Yeah, it could also just be the caretaker that is the
Yeah.
entity that is manipulating the kid. We don't know.
She's pretty pale. She could be a ghost.
So
She could also just be goth.
in lieu of casting that spell, then instead, still going through the motions, right?
Right.
Let's see. I'm gonna roll a thing real quick. Agnes. In your mind, you would hear Kinari's voice, almost as though she's like just thinking to herself, right? What sort of undead is in there?
I suppose that is part of the question. Doesn't look up at all.
She will jump slightly at you answering a question. She's not completely asking.
Just continues going through the ritual.
Speaking of jumping, this happened pretty quickly. Barian just walks into this room, looks around, about to step back. Hey! Hi, hello! John.
Just keeping an eye on you.
Oh, good. Good, I sometimes get lost.
What were you doing in there?
Hmm?
What were you doing
I
in there?
just looking around. He starts scratching his beard.
Did you notice anything?
Yeah.
Did you notice anything that relates to what we're dealing with currently?
You know what? Probably.
Do you want to share with the class, oh good teacher?
He thinks about it. You want to be a student?
I was not a good student. I don't think you would want me to be one.
Not a good teacher.
Is
He mentions
really
with his
concerned.
student in the other room.
John briefly goes, have I known Agnes long enough to threaten that if he hurts her? I don't think I have to justify that. Never mind. John will keep his mouth shut for now. But is immediately suspicious.
Well,
Well,
you want to learn?
is that going to be the only way you're going to tell me?
He thinks for a bit. Yeah.
Fine.
Okay. Well, I heard that she was having some particular sewing things and looked into this room and just so happened to actually be a sewing thing right over there. He points over his fingy over into the general area. I took a quick skim around and noticed there's actually a good amount of magic right in that cloth pile over there.
There's magic in the cloth?
Yeah, not sure exactly if it belongs to any particular class of magic at all. Could be cursed.
Which one? And he will walk
no,
over.
No, hold on. If I know anything about curses, you should not touch it.
Okay. So there's a random cloth within this pile that she's probably touched. And maybe the kid has touched. But I can't touch?
Definitely. Because, exactly. You want more people touching more cursed things?
I mean, if that helps solve this.
Look, what I'm saying is maybe we should get a few more minds on this before we start touching things.
Okay. I guess that's logical.
See? Told you I was a bad teacher.
Terrible.
As much as I don't want to disagree with you, I think a bad teacher would have let me touch that to see what would happen.
Look, what I know is curses are bad, and I'd rather not spread it around, you know?
Ah, like STIs.
Like STIs!
Jesus Christ.
Rowan, can I ask what you're up to?
She's gonna be investigating for any clues in here.
Okay, you can go ahead and roll me an investigation. Sorry. Don't know what happened there.
Jesus.
All
I
right.
don't know what happened. I'm so sorry.
I'm...
Investigation, emphasis on the gay.
Heyo.
Hey.
That's when John does
My
it.
neighbors
Ah.
hate me.
I'm gonna give myself advantage with my familiar.
With your duck, yep.
Excuse me?
I've been drinking. Oh,
Wow.
shit!
Nice.
Oh shit! That duck is doing work.
So, Rowan, you're looking around, and once again, you look at the books and you see similar to what was down below, but this time it's a much more broad range of different type of books. Some fictional, some non-fictional. You go and you look at the desk, and you see that she has a lot of her work orders kind of placed out, things that she's working on for clients. And you're looking, and you see a few orders from nobles in town. And the only other thing of note is you see a crumpled up old receipt from Vlad's Antiques. Aside from that, there's not really much of note. You do see something on one of like her ledgers that says commission from the Revelation League. And that would be the only other thing you notice.
Okay. Vlad's Antiques, does it say what was purchased in the receipt?
Yeah, so you see some toys listed on there, like Vlad's Antiques. Well, you wouldn't know what it is. So you see some toys on there. You see a list of different fabrics. Looks like she bought them from there.
Are there any of them extremely expensive?
So the economy in the Shattered Vales is not great. So everything is super fucking expensive, especially from what you remember. So everything, even the children's toys, looks way overpriced. And you're kind of thinking to yourself, how could anyone afford any of this shit?
What was that called? It was the something league?
The Revelation League. You are not familiar with what that is.
Alright. Rowan will close the door behind her, nod over to John, and poke her head into the room. She will motion to the babysitter. Try and wave to her.
It takes a moment, but eventually Cordelia looks up and she hesitantly steps away from the child and walks over. Ooh, I'm squished!
Serum just clotheslines her.
Boom, ba-dum, 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 ba-bum.
Shit. Yes.
The crow will pipe up and ask, "Excuse me, my master wants to know what the Revelation League is."
Oh, and anyone who wants can roll a history check. But she goes, "Oh, Well, they're the John. You'd know this. Sam, you wouldn't know this. Agnes, you would know this. Kanari, you would also know this.
I'm gonna take a 1 because it would not make sense for me to ask the question.
Yeah, you would not know. There's no way, like timeline wise, you wouldn't know who these people are.
Yeah.
The Revelation League. They're a group of adventurers. Heroes. They've saved the town a number of times over the years, and they're revered here.
I see. My master says thank you. And she's going to just start trotting off downstairs.
She squints and nods her head and kind of looks back at the group, and you see she's like purposely like trying to avoid like people's personal space, so she like awkwardly like maneuvers between everyone and then goes back by Sebastian.
Just gonna go ahead and put myself down here because I'm gonna ask her what the fuck is going on.
Okay.
But it doesn't have to be right now.
Okay.
I think as you're about walking past John, he'll whisper in your ear, in the bird's ear, someone's ear, that Barian found some cursed cloth in the bedroom.
In that case, she wouldn't go downstairs. She will freeze, nod, and Arvis will pipe up. Show us.
All right, just don't go touching it. Looks points over at John.
You're not my dad.
Sure ain't. Probably. Right over there. Don't go touch. Please don't go touching.
Is it over here? Or is it over here?
It's a cloth pile.
Yeah, it's not represented in the map. We'll just say like right here, like in the corner. It's kind of tucked away, all folded neatly.
As the spell goes off, Agnes blinks a little bit and then immediately stands up unceremoniously and starts walking off into the hallway and seems to like putter back and forth.
Agnes, what is it?
What is it, boy?
Did Timmy fall in the well?
Agnes?
Oh.
Agnes? And we'll kind of grab her shoulders.
Before you're able to actually touch the cloth, Rowan's going to stop you. Or try to stop you.
Yeah, multiple people put their hands on Agnes, being like, no.
If we need to, we can use athletics as an opposed grapple.
She just kind of like putters to a stop, looks over at you. Yes.
Arvis will pipe up. Cursed. Maybe.
Yeah, I couldn't get a specific magical class. I just assumed cursed, really.
Does the magic have a class that she can detect?
Nope.
That?
Barian nods. See, you get it.
She's doing a
See it
commission.
in your eyes.
And I don't know these people that she's doing the commission for, but they seem to want to have a special thing, and they're heroes of the town. That's what I know. Also, it was probably purchased from an antique dealer. Why you would get cloth in an antique dealer, I don't know.
Well, if it's
Must be
magical
special.
cursed cloth, yeah.
Yep.
And I'm guessing this is why you're asking about the Revelation League?
Yep.
Do we know anything else that Cordelia didn't say about that group?
No, not really. That's kind of like they're just kind of paraded around. They're kind of local celebrities in the. I shouldn't say local. They're pretty well known throughout the Shattered Vales. Basically like an adventuring group, like you guys, but like famous.
I was gonna say a D&D group.
Like you, but better, you know.
Well, the NPC are better.
I was going to ask the mom.
Maybe. Do you have any knowledge about magic cloth?
No.
Then maybe see if she has any more information about what they were commissioning her for, especially if that cloth is for them.
The crow weirdly takes its arm or its wing, tilts its hat up, and go, "Will do, Buckaroo."
So cute.
John has a moment internal for a second before going back over to this room and kind of watching what's going on in here.
Oh god, I need to select both. I need to take them over. Oh god, just
you got this.
Just right there.
Beat
Okay.
yourself. There you go.
There you go. Yeah, I did it. So camera's on you guys until you guys tell me, hey, go talk to the person.
Agnes will come back and hunker down once more to get eye level with Sebastian, and she will pull some pieces of paper out of her bag and go, "You have a friend named Perry, yes?"
You would see a kind of a frown come over Sebastian's face, and he would nod at that.
"Could you draw him for me?" And she will hand the paper over to him.
He's kind of hesitant, and he looks around, and he nods again, and he would start drawing.
Little blue platypus.
It's a little platypus with a hat. No, yeah, so yeah, if you guys are just waiting for him to draw, it would eventually come into view. It's crude. It's a friggin' 2-year-old drawing. But roll insight to see if you can like determine what he's drawing, like or some kind of equivalent.
Shit. Shit.
Criana,
Yeah.
being a blood hunter, I can roll intelligence checks to recall information about fae, fiends, and undead.
Okay.
Is that applicable here?
Absolutely. So
Would I argue investigate?
yeesh, you can use investigation. That works too.
Okay.
Would I be able to do a history just based on
Oh,
past
come on.
research I might have done?
Yeah, sure. You can do history. Okay.
And I was like, can I smell the drawing through the fog?
I mean, funny.
The wax from the crayon.
Funnily, my insight's actually better than my intelligence. But I have this thing in my character sheet.
Yeah.
Yeah, so let's just kind of go down the line. Sam, you're also trying just to look. Are you looking at the drawing, or I'm sorry, what are we rolling intelligence?
Sam, being a blood hunter, can recall information about fae, fiends, and undead, and if the child is drawing a particular creature, maybe he might be able to notice what type of creature it is.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. Oh boy. So Agnes and Sam, you both look at the drawing. I mean, it's really a scribble, right? It's you see him use a lot of black, and he uses some blue, and neither of you can really determine what you're looking at. It just kind of looks like a blob. Sam, you don't. Entities are scary, right? So there's not like a specific one that you can nail down from what you're looking at. Kanari, you're looking at this too. You're pretty confident that there's nothing in your memory banks that kind of match up with this. This seems to be kind of a unique situation. Not something well documented as far as like specific ghost entity types or anything like that. It seems more personal. Is the vibe you're getting.
Okay.
Miss Cordelia, if I may ask,
Yes.
have you noticed anything strange yourself?
I mean, Sebastian has had an imaginary friend, which I'm sure Anna told you all about. But he's maybe been more angrier, maybe more quick to throw tantrums, but I mean, nothing unusual for a child, you know?
Mm-hmm. When he gets upset, is there anything particular that sets him off?
She thinks for a moment. No, it's all irrational. It doesn't make sense. Mostly when we're playing. He gets mad a lot while we play.
I see.
Yeah, nothing else.
Hmm. If I may also ask, how long have you been with the family?
Oh, gosh. Anna and I go way back. Grew up together. Years. Maybe, gosh, 25 years?
I see, a very long time.
Mm-hmm.
And you recently started helping her after her husband passed?
She frowns and nods her head. I was helping before then. They were both very hardworking people.
I see.
And, yeah. She nods.
I'm sorry, but things add up. Just want to be thorough.
No, of course.
If I may, we will go over to Tiny Child. And, because he is kind of big, he will, maybe be less imposing and sit. Hello, Sebastian.
Roll me a persuasion immediately.
Yeah. Oh boy, his persuasion is also
Child
not
said your
good.
vibes are whack.
Yeah, I know. He smells a vampire on him.
You see, Sebastian glances at you slightly from the corner of his eye, but he doesn't make eye contact with you. In fact, you kind of see him like scooch over closer to Cordelia.
Fair. Look, these weird people who are all talking to you.
Yeah.
You just want to Yeah, you just want to be with the people that you know. Look at all these weird people.
Mhm.
Let me think. He just wants to roll a general insight at child, or like vibe check child, if that makes any sense, you know?
Sure.
Like, does he like look at anything in particular in the room besides the weird people?
Yeah, go ahead and roll me an insight.
Nice.
Dang. So, as you're kind of examining him, you do pick up that he is nervous having you all around. You can see a slight shake as he's grabbing his toys, but he's for a kid pretty good at hiding it. He too also looks exhausted, much like his mother. Maybe not getting enough sleep might be inducing those tantrums that Cordelia mentioned. You sense, yeah, something isn't off. This kid doesn't look particularly healthy, but you don't. It's not like a physical health. He looks well fed. He just seems kind of frail.
Well, his mom said that he was getting night terrors.
Mm-hmm.
So he will look up at Cordelia. Miss Anne mentioned that he has been having night terrors.
Yes.
Are these very regular?
Oh, yeah, I would say, probably once a day.
Hmm. Quite a lot for a poor child.
Yeah, I mean, yes, I've seen children who have this. It's a stimulation type of thing, but yes, it is quite a lot. I will agree.
Mm-hmm. Now that he has done examine kid, and the kid does not like the vibes, he will go back to his spot to better examine from afar, because he doesn't need to examine up close anymore. We can move on to something else while I think a bit.
Okay. Rowan, did you want to talk to the mom still?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll just bring us over there.
As you approach her, you see her eyes are closed and she has her arms kind of resting on her stomach.
Hmm. I'm trying to remember what the league is called, and I don't want to scroll up because it's being recorded. What's it called again?
Oh, yeah, it is the... Hang on, now I got it. The
Revelation League.
Okay,
The
thank you.
Revelation League.
Harvest is going to hop down, hop over, and try and like... How do I say this? He's going to try and nuzzle her awake?
Okay.
Like move her arm?
Yeah.
And then after she moves, he's gonna back up real quick.
Okay. So yeah, he goes up and he nuzzles her arm, kind of pushing it with his beak. And after one push, her eyes kind of flutter open and she looks over at the two of you and goes, "Oh, yes.
Hi.
Oh, hello.
We found some things and we're wondering if you could answer a couple of questions."
Yes. And she sits up.
What are you making for the Revelation League?
She sort of squints and tilts her head a bit. the Revelation League. There's a big opening for the museum coming up in a few months, and they wanted special outfits made for them for this event. Why? Do you think they're involved somehow?
We think that some of the cloth you purchased is magic.
Magic?
Yes. And we don't know if it's a curse or not.
Oh my gosh. No, I mean, I got it from Vlad, so I know he sells magical, things, but I usually just stick clear of that and go for, whatever he has available. The Revelation League sells to Vlad pretty frequently, and they wanted some fabric that they found, and they had sold it to Vlad and wanted me to pick it up so it could be used.
So they requested that specifically?
Yeah, they found it on one of their excursions.
I see. How much is the dress? Or cloth?
How much was it?
Yes.
I mean, Vlad let me buy it at a discount. I think it was like 1,800 gold, maybe?
I see. That's expensive.
She kind of nods and she goes, It's pretty common in the city, and it's very high quality, a rare material.
I see. Will you get in trouble if we have to destroy the cloth to save your child?
No. If it's gonna save Sebastian, I don't mind at all.
Okay. Gonna hop up on her shoulder. And she just quietly leaves. Oh god. Select both, thank you.
Yeah, Anna looks much paler as she watches you exit the room.
Oh, and as we're about to leave, Arvis is gonna say, "Don't worry." In a manner of, yeah, it's fine to still worry. It's okay. We're trying.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna go back up. Join the other two in the hallway. Arvis is gonna pipe up to John. That cloth was found by the League and requested by the League. Specifically, they wanted a piece of clothing made out of that cloth. It's weird and fishy.
Did
Wait.
they tell her already?
Wait. No, oh my gosh, I just remembered. I remembered something. I make Sebastian's clothes. Did I use some of that fabric? Is he wearing a cursed item? And she kind of pushes back Barian.
Rowan's going to try and stop her.
Okay.
And Arvis is going to say, "We will try and determine that. If you did, it was an accident. It is not your fault. But please do not touch it."
Cordelia, get him out of that outfit, please. Change him into one of his old items. I don't care what it is.
Agnes will place another just flat palm on her shoulder. It's fine.
No, it is not fine. That is my child. Are you kidding me? If he's wearing some kind of cursed item, I don't want him wearing it.
Sam pipes up. Hasn't this been a few days now?
She looks pissed. And she pushes past you, and you see her starting to undress her son.
Okay. Arvis will pipe up. Everybody should leave the room. Please, and close the door.
Agnes continues over to her. He's not wearing a cursed item. I don't detect any magic on or around him, or even in this room.
she turns and she has just tears streaming down her face at this point. She's very upset. And she goes, I don't know. I just know that I made the clothing and my son acted weird last night.
You're acting out of fear. That is
Yes,
understandable.
absolutely, I am.
You need to breathe. And she's going to cast Calm Emotions.
Ah, yes. My arch nemesis of spells.
Just basically slap this woman with a vibe check.
Yeah, yeah, it is.
All right.
Woo!
Not gonna lie, she's primarily doing this because she does not like how intense her emotions are, and it's making Agnes very uncomfortable.
Yeah, triggering your anxiety.
Fucking.
You see pretty much everyone. She stops, Anna. She stops and she hangs her head. Not saying anything. Cordelia looks slightly uncomfortable, not knowing what to make of the situation, and poor Sebastian is half undressed, standing mostly only in his diaper and a shirt. And Anna just says, I would just like to change him into something else. I don't care if nothing's cursed. I just want to do this for my own sanity, please.
This seems legal. You shouldn't be in there.
Come on out. We can discuss things in the meantime.
Kanari is gonna take that drawing with her as she goes out.
Okay.
Can I try and take a look at the drawing?
Yeah.
Can I roll an insight?
Mhm.
With advantage?
Yeah, you got a burb.
Hell yeah. Plan. 21.
Oh, I should have kept that raccoon. It would have given me advantage on things.
Yeah, dude.
That's how
As
animals
it's-
work in this, right?
As it's scratching your face off.
Rowan.
Perfect.
So you look at this and immediately, like, it may, maybe not immediately. It takes you a second, but then you see it and you're like, oh yeah, this is a picture of a woman. She's got kind of crazy hair kind of fluttering out behind her, and you see blue as it looks like tears coming down. It looks like this woman is crying.
Master says this is a crying woman.
I see.
Who drew this?
This was a drawing that Sebastian made out of the request of Agnes.
Oh, it's understandable. It's not very
What?
good.
He is too.
That's why I said it's understandable.
What is this I am hearing about a cursed cloth?
Here. And Rowan will open the door and point at the pile of cloths. We didn't touch it, but we can't detect what kind of magic it is. We know it's magic, so it's probably cursed, is what we're guessing.
I see. And I'm assuming that Anne reacted this way because you asked her about it?
Yes.
I see. I just wanted to check up on that because that was a very sudden thing.
It's hard to communicate with a crow, but it would probably be more upsetting if she knew what I was.
Yes. Just like nods like yes.
We must
Yes,
make
I do.
do.
I see. So, cursed cloth.
Curse cloth bought by her from a antique store, which was sold to the antique store by the people commissioning the outfit. Asking
That
for
sounds
that
like
specific
money
cloth.
laundering.
Kind of. Could very well be. But something suspicious. And we're... he's gonna tilt the hat forward on the case.
Seems to me our best next step would be to ask a few questions to a certain Vlad Antiques and a Revelation League.
Perhaps. I don't think there's
Also,
anything...
we should probably get out of the room.
Yes. I also might suggest simply burning it. But maybe not.
Do not burn it just yet. We do not know what it'll do it to the host.
True.
Should we remove it from the premises? So
No.
No, we shouldn't do anything with it until we are absolutely certain.
can
Can
we
I say
trust her to
something?
not to? Yes, you can.
Sorry, I just,
Yes?
suddenly very much feeling like she's, like, in the middle of something she shouldn't be. I just, you said the picture was of a crying woman?
Rowan's gonna hand it over. Yes. And she's gonna point out the blue marks. Master says those are tears.
This is supposedly a portrait of the, in air quotes, imaginary friend.
It is?
That's what Agnes requested.
Nobody told me this.
Well, that, yes.
Master says shit.
Would we maybe not get somewhere further? Perhaps stepping away from the cloth and attempting to perhaps appeal to this woman, figure out what exactly is tormenting her?
That
Maybe.
is the other option available to us, yes.
The child
appealing
cannot
to
talk,
the-
can it?
The child has not been verbal to us right now, but that does not mean that we cannot simply talk with the ghost that may possibly be around.
There are, and she would speak a little lower so as not to be overheard by anybody in the other room. There are undead energies coming from that room.
There are?
And she would nod. Specifically the boy.
Uh-oh.
And as you say that, she like freezes for a moment. And would look over towards the mom's work area.
I think it would be best to try and convince Miss Anne first not do anything with any of the cloth before we begin anything else. We do not know what might happen if it gets burned, torn to shreds, gets tossed away. We don't know.
True.
We also already saw what she did when she thought that the kid might be wearing something. I don't trust her to not tamper with it the moment we leave just to get it away from her child.
True.
We're dealing with a mom with her kid. She's not going to think rationally if she thinks it's going to protect said kid.
True.
True.
I
No
don't
lies
know
so
magic.
far.
Yeah, I don't know magic, but I do know people, and she's going to mess with it the moment we're gone.
Rowan is gonna
Indeed.
point directly to Barian.
Yeah,
You know magic.
yeah, that's me.
Maybe he can help. Who are you?
I'm Barian, teacher of. There you are. Hello.
Is the cloth on a bolt of some kind, or is it loose?
It's loose. It's like it's folded up.
Okay. And about how much of it is there?
You see a few yards. It's kind of a shiny metallic gold sort of color.
You have a bag of holding.
True.
Is it okay to put that in a bag of holding?
Rowan's gonna shrug.
I mean, I'm okay putting it in the bag of holding, but if that's going to cause some bad stuff, then...
As long as it's not a bag of holding, inside of a bag of holding, you should be fine.
All right.
I once had that happen to me. It was a mess.
If the whole issue here is that you don't want her tampering with anything,
We should
if you
not
all want to go
touch
speak to someone, I can stay here.
You can't stay here 24/7.
I
Especially
can.
not by yourself.
And you see Cordelia poke her head out.
Hello.
They're both
Yes.
really tired. Is there any other questions you have, or maybe this would be a good place to end it for right now and let them rest?
This is God speaking.
God?
No, this is Cordelia.
God is a woman?
Also, I hang out here and I seem sound of mind. Maybe I could watch it.
Yeah, that's fair. That's true. That is
was God-
true.
that was God talking that time.
Miss Cordelia,
Yes.
there is a likelihood that there is a cursed cloth that could be related to this, could not be. We need to ask a few people questions as to where they have gotten it and whatnot. But we do not want to tamper with it until we are absolutely certain what its correlation in all of this is. It should not be picked up. It should not be tampered with. It should not be torn to shreds or burnt. It should be let alone until we are absolutely certain, because we do not know what could happen if it is destroyed and something might still be attached.
Well, let me put it this way. There's a good chance that originally housed something that could have possessed the kid. Excuse me, I shouldn't. I'm wildly speculating, but let's just say, I just say that particular vessel was destroyed. The only place left would be the kid, so probably should, not tamper with that.
I apologize if I caused stress.
No, I mean, it's been a rough few weeks for, the business and everything. So I think tension is high, and, I can make sure Anna doesn't do anything crazy, though.
If you would, that would be much appreciated, until we can discuss with a few other people as to where they have gotten it.
Okay, yeah, no, that's fine. I'll hang out.
Appreciate this greatly, and I'm sorry for the stress that we have caused.
No, you all have been great. A little eccentric, but great. Thank you. I just can't wait for this whole ordeal to be done with.
And we will do our best.
She smiles and nods at that.
Alright. We shall be off then.
Good luck. And she'll give one final wave as you all head towards the exit.
Good luck to you too. And Arvis will reach up a leg, take off its hat, tip it, put it back on. Partner.
She chuckles at that.
If anything happens, send a message immediately to the Umbral Syndicate, and they'll get it to us.
Perfect. Yes, I will. Absolutely.
Okay. We'll see you once we have more information.
Okay.
Whew. Ooh, I'm really getting the feeling that Rowan's bad at diplomacy, guy.
Do we have anyone that's good at diplomacy?
I mean, I have good roles for them. It's just she's bad at
like I
dealing
also
with
have
people.
good roles.
I think what's that? Being able to empathy. Well, maybe not empathy. Empathy's maybe not a good. She has trouble like reading the room.
Yes, that's probably it. Especially when she's on a case and trying to figure something out, she'll probably say or do something really bad and go, "Uh-oh."
I did an oopsie. I should have known
Essentially.
better.
How could I explain? Sam has a horrible, absolute awful charisma, but he speaks normally. It's just that his weird vibe check.
Yeah.
It's that creepy guy you work with. You're like, there's nothing wrong with you, but for some reason I don't trust you.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You make me feel bad.
One thing in character in the car ride. I didn't want to undermine you guys, like, while you're talking to nice people in there, but I just suggested, Curse, that we don't actually know what it is, right?
No, we don't.
We don't. But it's a good suggestion. I mean,
You're
it's rare.
probably right.
It's rare for something to be tried to have been identified and not be able to know the school.
I'm just saying, like, could be something different, like, a lot of ghost things kind of popping up. Could be more of a
Possession.
you know,
A possessed cloth.
spiritual thing. Yeah, it could be one of those.
God fucking damn
Jesus
it, Fern.
Christ, the one time she texts me. Possessed cloth. Plink. Wow, fuck.
Well, that's why we need to go and talk with some people who found it.
Oakley dokley. And with that, you guys head on off to your next destination, which we will continue next time on the trials of the Umbral Syndicate.
Will we pass the test? Will we kill a child? Who knows?
We're gonna try not to do one of those.
We're gonna try not to pass the test?
Th-
Anyway,
I-
see ya.